All right, folks, welcome back. Let's see what we've got. We've got a medium puzzle today. All right. I don't know what it is about medium puzzles. I sometimes get more tripped up with the medium puzzles than I do the hards and the very hard. So, looking at some patterns here, I notice this 8 kind of goes the only thing across the top. And symmetrically, there's only a 5 across the bottom. It's a rotational symmetry here. These guys only have 2. So lots of open. These two only have 2. Now I do notice a 5 and a 5. And then see the 7 and 7 reverse. So this 7 comes through the middle. This 7 goes down the right. So that tells me this is a 7. This 5 and 5 go down the left and the center. It tells me this is a 5. I like that rotational solutions. When you find those kinds of rotations, you want to follow through those because that can help you out. Okay. Let's see here what else we have. Just kind of looking for patterns. See, like this pattern here, if a number were to go through here, like this 2, you see that? That would make the 2 go here. And then same thing with this 4. See how the 4 goes through here? If you can find 2 of those numbers like that, it locks it, and that really helps us out. Now, okay, here's a pair of 2s. Goes through the left and the center, so that makes this one our 2. Makes that a 4. Let's see if we have something like that over here. Oh, yeah, see, they already have the 4 there. Okay. Okay, so we know that we only have 2 numbers left here in this cube. It looks like a 1 and a 5. And we do have a 5 here. So we have a 1 and a 5, because 5 can't be there. Now we have a 5 here and a 5 here, so the center cube, no 5 down the left, no 5 through the center, and this one says no 5 in the bottom. So that's actually the only spot. Now if we follow this across, no 5 in the middle, no 5 in the bottom, no 5 down the center, only one spot left for the 5 there, and that looks like that's all of our 5s for this particular puzzle. Okay. All right. Now I'm looking at this pair of 1s. Tells me that the center column, that's the only place left for a 1. Okay, and then I see this one that comes through here. Gives us this nice little pattern here. Now I only have 2 numbers left in this column. Let's see, 1, 2, I need a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an 8. Okay, so let me put my 3 and my 8, and my 3 and my 8. Now those are double locked. They can't be anything else because that's the only way to resolve the column. So that tells me that these 3 are the other numbers that are missing. So we've got a 1, we've got a 2, we've got our 3 marked, we need a 4. Now 4 can't be in the top, so our 4 is going to be one of these 2 spots here. We've got our 5, we need a 6. Okay, I don't have, okay, so here's a 6 that goes down here. So the 6 has to be in one of these 2 spots. All right, and then we need a 7. Okay, cool. So you see how this 4 and 7 tell you that you can't have a 4 or a 7 here? So that means that 6 is the only number that can actually fit there. Let me get rid of my 6 there. Okay, so now these 4s and 7s are double locked. Okay, so that is also handy. Okay. All right. So that's fully marked out. So I'm looking in this left column here. I know we need a 4 and a 7. Okay, and then what was the other? The last number looks like a 9. Okay, all right. So let's leave that for just a moment. We need a 4 and a 7 out here. And what's the other? What are the other 2 numbers we need? We need an 8 and we need a 3. Okay. Okay, so there's our 3 and our 8, and so, okay, so you got a 3 and 8 and a 4 and a 7 out here. Okay, all right. All right, now I do notice we have a 1 that goes across the bottom. We have this ghost row of 1s. It says these 2 can't be a 1. So I know this one and this one has to be a 1. Now I noticed, did I see that pattern up here too? I thought I saw it up here. Was it the 2s? Maybe it was the 4s. See this 4 and this 4? Can't have a 4 across the top, can't have a 4 across the middle. So there's a 4 that goes there. Okay. Oh, and here's the other one. Okay, great. So here's another double lock. You see this 1 that's right here? That tells me in this row, these are the only two places that can be 1s and 4s. So the number we're missing has to go here, which looks like a 2. There we go. And then that helps us out with this 2. And then let me clean that up. Okay. Now we have a 2 down the left, we have a 2 through the center, and we have a 2 in the bottom. So here, this is the only spot for a 2. Now we have a 2 through the bottom, we have a 2 through the middle, and we have a 2 through the left. So this is actually the only spot left for a 2. And then this top one, you can't have a 2 in there, and you can't have a 2 in the left. So there are all of our 2s for the puzzle. 2s are done. Okay. All right, and so that's what we're going to keep looking at. We're going to keep looking for those. Okay, now here in this cube, I notice a 9 going through the center and a 9 going through the middle. So this is actually the only spot left for a 9 in here. And we have a 9 through the right. And we have a 9 through the center. So we have to have a 9 here in the left. Let's see what else we have. We do have a 1 through the left and a 1 through the middle. So our 1 has to go here, which matches with this one. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we have 3 numbers missing here, and I've got a 3 and an 8. Looks like I'm not seeing a ton of 8s everywhere, so that one's going to be a little tricky. All right. Let's see what else we have. So let's look here. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a 6, and it can't be in the left one because of here. There's, oh, and it can't be, there we go. And it can't be in the top because of that one. There we go. Okay, so only one spot there. Now we have a 6 through the center, a 6 through the left. Okay, well, we've already got this one. I'm going to add another 6 in this cube. We don't need to do that. Okay, so we do have a 6 through the middle, 6 through the bottom. So in this top one, it has to be here. The bottom one, we have a 6 through the middle, 6 through the top. So the 6 has to go here. Okay, all right. So what are the 2 numbers that we're missing here? Looks like a 7 and an 8. And we have a helpful 7 here. So that makes this one our 8, makes this one our 7. Now down here in this bottom cube, we've got a 1 we're missing. We're also missing a 3 and an 8. Okay, so 3 and an 8 cannot go here. So the only number that can go there is a 1. And then we can clean this up. And now that there's a 1 there, this one has to be our 1. And then if you see that we're only missing 1 number there in that column now, which so happens to be a 7. So that helps that out. Okay, so the 2 numbers we're missing down here are a 3 and an 8. Do we have anything to help us? Let me jot them down here so I don't forget my 3 and my 8. Okay, and this one here has to be a 3 and an 8 to match down here. Okay, and then one of these 2 is a 3 and an 8 because I have an 8 here and an 8 here. Okay, all right. Well, let's leave that there for just a moment. We'll come right back to that one. Okay, so it looks like these 3s and 8s. See, there's a 3 and an 8, which tells me this is also a 3 and an 8. No, that's not a 3 and an 8. Hold on, buddies, back up. I put an 8 right here. So that helps resolve this 3 and this 8. There we go. There we go. I was getting a little bit carried away. Okay, so in finding some resolutions, it's not necessarily about where something specifically is, but where something cannot be. So for instance, in the center cube, I know I need an 8. Well, it can't be in the bottom 2, can't be in the right one, and it can't be in the top one. So I know an 8 is one of these 2. But this 8 comes down here, and it can't be in one of these 3. So that means the 8 has to be here in the middle. Okay, and also the other thing that you can look at is this 8 says you can't have an 8 here. This one says you can't have an 8 here. This one says you can't have an 8 here. So this is the only spot left for an 8. But I was kind of showing you what I call a ghost row or a ghost column. One of these three have to be an 8, and so it says you can't have an 8 there. So, okay, so this one here has to be our 9. It's the only number missing in that row. Now I do have a 9 now that comes up the left side, and 9 across the bottom. This is the only spot left for a 9. Now I'm just going to go ahead and cycle through some of these. Now I know that this isn't a 9. That makes this one our 9. This one has to be a 3 or an 8, and we already have an 8. So there's our 3. There's our 8. And then we're just going to follow through. There's our 3. There's our 8. Okay. Now we do have a 7 over here, so that makes this one our 4, this one our 7. Okay, we've got two numbers missing here, which looks like a 2 and a 3. Nope, not a 2, because there's my 2. 1, 2, I need a 3, and a 4. A 3 and a 4. Okay, let me jot those down. 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, now here's something also called a crisscross elimination. I need to have a 1 here, and I have possibilities of 1s here. So if you ever have this kind of a setup, whether it's columns or rows, if this particular cell becomes a 1, that means this becomes a 1. But if you swap it, let's say this is a 1, then this cell is a 1. But either way, if you have this type of a crisscross situation, there cannot be another 1 in this column, and there cannot be another 1 in this column, because this pattern will complete both of those columns. So that tells me this cannot be a 1. So there's other ways to look at that as well, but crisscross patterns are very, very popular in the hard and the very hards. Crisscross, you'll find them every single time, almost every single time. Okay, so the only number left in this cube is a 3. And then we're just going to follow through these guys. What are the two numbers we need here? We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need a 1 and a 6. Okay, I don't have any help just yet. Let me just throw those numbers in there. Okay, I got two numbers in this column. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need a 7 and a 9, and I do have a helpful 7. So there's my 7. There's my 9. All right, so in the center cube, I have a 9 across the top, I have a 9 across the bottom, and I have a 9 down the center. So only spot left for a 9 goes right there. I only have two numbers left, 1, 2, 3. I need a 4 and an 8 in one of these two spots. Now I do have a helpful 4 right there, so that makes this one our 8, makes this one our 4. Alrighty. So do we do the top one or the bottom one? Let's do the bottom one. 1, 2, we need a 3. Well, it can't be here. So one of these two is a 3. Okay, and then we need a 4. Well, you can't have a 4 here or a 4 here. So the only spot left for a 4 is right there, which tells me the only spot left for a 6 is right there, and we're looking for a 3. There we go, folks. All right, so now we only have one number left in this cube, which is an 8. We've got our 6 now, so now we can do our 1 and our 6 here. And the two numbers we have left is a 1 and a 3, and we've got a 1 and a 3, so we're just going to swap those out. And there you have it, folks. A medium puzzle resolved. Very important to keep a close eye on your pencil marks. Pencils are very important. My brain has a hard time remembering 2 steps in. I can remember 1.5. On a good day, I can get 2.5. But those pencil marks really save my work and help me out getting those resolutions. Ghost rows, very, very important. And those crisscross eliminations, very important. Double locking, very important. I hope you guys enjoy the puzzles, and I always recommend pausing it before, print you off a couple, play along with, and have some fun. So thanks for watching, folks. Please feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, or challenges. I welcome them all. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.